everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, and I must say, you're looking well. In the next series of programs, we'll be going well off the beaten path. We'll be heading north to the province of Kujawsko-Pomorania. There, we'll be following the medieval route of the Drweca River. The Drweca River arises near Ostroda and flows west to Torun, where it joins the Vistula. We start our journey in Nowe Miasto Lubawskie, which is on the extreme western end of Warmia. The Drweca is picturesque and meandering in this particular region. As it flows west, it becomes wider until it reaches Brodnica, the site of a massive Teutonic castle, now mostly in ruins, except for the 54-meter-tall tower. Before we get to Gołąb, we stop for the night at a country house in the middle of the forest. Then we visit with my friend Ivona at the Inter Pares Animal Shelter, which is also located deep in the forest. From there, it's a 10-kilometer drive to Gołąb. Gołąb's picturesque old town and various remnants of Teutonic times are eye-catching. We'll show you some of those sites. This particular journey ends at the Gołąb Castle, perched on a hill overlooking the Drweca River. Quite an impressive location. I'm sure you'll agree. So there you are, the Drweca River and its environment. I think you'll agree it's a trip well worth taking. If you like history and getting lost in the countryside and seeing how the real people live in Poland outside the big cities, well, this could well be your destination. This is Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson. Thanks for watching, and hang in there. Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. We're in Nowe Miasto Lubawskie. You might ask yourself where that is. Well, it's some 2.5 hours or a bit more drive north of Warsaw. In fact, we're much closer to Gdansk by the time you get here. It's only about 80 miles away, 100 some kilometers. It's an interesting town. It's on the Drweca River, and the Drweca River starts in Ostroda, or near Ostroda, and flows down through Nowe Miasto Lubawskie, this fine Gothic town, which we're going to look at, and continues on to our next destination, Brodnica, and further on to Gołąb, we'll be going as well. It's a beautiful day for it. It's a lovely fall day, as you can see. And, well, you know, this is not a very touristy place, but it's still a great place to hang out and be a tourist, because there just aren't that many about. And on a day like this, I'd say probably none. At any rate, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we start, I think I'm going to get a little ice cream here. Dzień dobry. Hi. Można duże mieszane jest? Mieszane? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's see. It's $5.50, which is a great deal. Here you go. In Warsaw, that would cost twice as much. It's five zlotys 50. If you're British, that's a little more than £1. If you're American, then that is about $1.25. That's a nice change. Coming back at me. Thank you, dziękuję. And got a little ice cream. Okay, so I'm going to eat this ice cream, and then we'll take up a bit of a walk around, because there's some nice 19th century buildings to look at. A very interesting Gothic church of St. Thomas, and we'll end up by the gate, the Brodnica gate, which is on the edge of the really, really elegant and beautiful river, the Drweca. Okay? So stay with us. We'll be back after the bumper. It was good, doesn't it? What a treat. In autumn? Ridiculous. It's about 75 degrees. Okay, come on, let's go look at the church first. Well, this is certainly an amazing church. Church of St. Thomas, the Apostle. It's on the pilgrimage of St. James Trail in Poland, and boy, you can see why. It's an important church. It has a solidity and a seriousness about it in its construction. It was started in the 1300s. That's before the Battle of Grunwald, of course, Grunwald. And the Teutonic Knights, well, they were here at home and started the church. It'd be at home in Torun, which is just down at the end of the Drweca River. And just look at the striking view of the red brick from all those centuries ago. Think of how painstaking this work was against that blue sky. It's just the perfect contrast. A beautiful church like this town, like this area. It's gone back and forth between Teutonic and Prussian hands and Polish hands. And of course, during the partition, the Drweca River, which you're going to see later at the end of the segment, was the dividing line between the Russian and the Prussian zones. So a lot of crossover history here, rich in history and rich in religious symbolism. And actually, Thomas may have been a doubter, but there's no doubt about the intended importance of this structure.